What's up? What's up? So, I'm doing the 2024-2025 NFL playoff picture. So, I'm going to go left to right, AFC, NFC. We have the Texans and Chargers. It's not hard when you're the Texans to make the playoffs. You have to be trying to lose. If you don't want to make the playoffs, you have to be actively trying to lose. So, I think Texans are going to make it no matter what. But any team they play here, if they play the Steelers, the Broncos, if they're the Chargers, they're losing. I think it's going to be a close game for the first half. But the Chargers pull away in the second half. And the Texans defense can't keep them in the game against Harbaugh. So I have the Chargers advancing. Now Ravens, Steelers offense have hit a brick wall, and the Ravens are only getting better. They have a two-time MVP in Lamar Jackson. They have Derrick Henry, so that's a lethal backfield. And I don't think the Steelers defense has enough to stop them, and I don't think the Steelers offense has enough to go score for score with the Ravens. So for that reason, I think the Ravens outclass the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Bills and Broncos. Now, I don't want to discredit anything the Broncos have done this year. No one expected them to make the playoffs, especially with Bo Nix under center, but they have really amazed everybody. However, they are going against the Buffalo Bills. They have an MVP contender in Josh Allen, and I think Josh Allen alone has enough to hang 40 on this defense. Broncos, maybe year two, but not this year. They get outclassed by the Buffalo Bills. Now NFC, the Rams and the Vikings. Everywhere, I don't know where this is coming from. The Vikings propaganda. The Vikings are barely in. They're barely in here. Now, are they playing some damn good football? Yeah, they're playing lights out football, but they are barely in here. They are barely in here. This is probably the worst division in the NFC, and people are hailing it like the best comeback ever. It's really not. And I don't think they beat the Vikings here. I think it's a close game, but I think Vikings come out on top every time. Every time they come out on top. Every time they win. Every time. 100 matchups, they come up every time. I know Sam Darnold has been having a down week. He had that really bad game against the Lions, but I think he can hold him off for one more game. He's going to prove the haters wrong and beat the Rams. The Buccaneers and Commanders. Now, a lot of people want to go Commanders here because of Jaden Daniels. And Jaden Daniels is so good. Jaden Daniels is this, Jaden Daniels that. He doesn't have enough to beat the Bucs. Especially with Baker Mayfield. They're not beating Baker Mayfield. And I know that Tampa's defense is a little spotty, but it will be enough for Tampa to close this game out and beat Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Now, Eagles and Packers. Packers at the 7th seed is absolutely diabolical. Now, the Eagles did face off with the Packers earlier this year, and if I remember correctly, the Packers got the best of the Eagles. Let me actually look that up real quick. Packers, Eagles. Okay, so no. The Eagles won. Okay. So, discredit everything I just said. Eagles already beat the Packers once. What Jordan Love are we gonna get? Are we gonna get Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre? I think the Eagles win here, and Jordan Love is not enough to beat this elite receiver core. It won't be Jalen Hurts, but any quarterback in that situation, and they're going. My apologies. They're going to the playoffs. It's this lights out receiving core that carries the Eagles on their back. So now we go. Now this is really hard to watch or to guesstimate. You have the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Both amazing teams. Baltimore put Bills absolutely in their grave. 10-36, I believe. Justin Tucker is a liability in this game. I will admit Justin Tucker is a liability. However, I think they barely pull it off. They barely pull off the win here, and the Ravens once again advance to the AFC Championship round. And the Chargers and the Chiefs. Now, it would be an absolute treat to watch a hardball ball for the AFC Championship. But I don't think that happens. My bed is like 3 in the morning, and I'm making sure no one is up. Anyways, I have the Chiefs beating the Chargers in their magical run. Chiefs end it in their tracks with a walk-off last-second field goal. Vikings and Lions. Need I say more? The Lions outclass the Vikings every time. Keep on hearing shit, my fault. The Lions outclass the Vikings every single time. The Lions win this every single time. Now here's where the upset comes in. A lot of people say Eagles win here. The Eagles have not beat the Buccaneers for like 6 straight games in a row. And I don't think that changes here. I think the Buccaneers beat the Eagles in the divisional round. I don't think the receiving core is enough this time. I think Baker Mayfield puts on a light show because for some reason he owns the Eagles. here is where things get entertaining. I think the Baltimore Ravens absolutely demolish the Chiefs in a revenge game of what is the AFC Championship rematch. The third seed going up against the first seed. Ravens, Chiefs. Ravens take it all this year with Derrick Henry, because the reason they lost last year is because they didn't run the ball. They didn't have an identity running the ball. Now who do they have? Derrick motherfucking Henry. You don't forget to run the ball with him in the backfield. Ravens to the Super Bowl. Now here is where I get spicy. Everybody wants the Lions to make it to the Super Bowl. But remember back in week 2, the Buccaneers beat the Lions. They beat the Lions. They did. In week 2 with the healthy defense. Now think about what the Buccaneers are going to do to this broken, bruised, and battered defense. It's going to be lights out, but the Buccaneers pull away in the fourth quarter. And your Super Bowl winner, the 3 seed against the 3 seed. Your Super Bowl winner of the 2024-2025 NFL season. This will be a generational game. A combined score of 50. Double overtime. When I said combined score of 50, I meant 100. The winner of the 2024-2025 NFL season is your Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens win it all in a very hard and hot and what the fuck and hard fought match against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is my prediction. Leave your predictions down in the comments, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.